Hello everyone, my name is Sapna Goyal and my channel is Sapna Goyal 1985. Through this video, we are going to study Class 10th History Lesson 7 of NCERT book, Print Culture and the Modern World. Friends, this video is in English and the Hindi version is also available. First topic is the first printed books. So students, how were the books written when there was no print technology? So initially, books were produced by handwriting. That means books were written by hand. And if any picture had to be drawn on the book, card or cloth, that was also done by hand. And suppose the same book is demanded by many people. So multiple copies of the same book had to be produced, which was very time consuming. And the people who used to write the books, they were called as calligraphists, because they knew the art of beautiful and stylized handwriting. So the first kind of print technique that came up was called as hand printing or woodblock printing. It first came up in China and from there it reached Japan and Korea. Under this technique, first of all a design was carved on the wood block and then ink was put on that design, and then the wood block was rubbed against a paper so that the image came on paper, but the image will come in reverse direction. So if multiple images had to be drawn, it became very easy. Similarly, you can see the right picture. The whole text of a book can be carved, and then producing multiple copies of the same book also became very easy. But making such wood blocks could be done only by skilled craftspersons. So children, initially the books that came up in China through woodblock printing technique were called as accordion book. The speciality of these books was that printing was done only on one side. The other side of the paper was left blank. It was because the old paper was thin and porous. That means if printing is done on one side, the impression would come on the other side as well. So can you see this black arrow? So at this side, the book was stitched and the other side you could see. But gradually, the demand for books increased in China. So why did this happen? So firstly, the students who were giving exams, their number increased. For example, civil services exam. So they demanded books. Then urban culture boomed in China. People started shifting to urban areas. So they demanded variety of books. Like merchants needed books on trade information. And reading became a leisure activity. People started enjoying reading in their free time. So books were printed on various topics like poetry, fiction, plays, autobiographies, anthologies, etc. Anthologies means collection of poems. And then women readership increased. Rich women, wives of scholars, courtesans, they not only started reading books but also writing books. So when print press was invented, it was imported in large number in China because a lot of books had to be produced in a short amount of time. And Shanghai became the hub of printing. That means a lot of books were printed in Shanghai. Now let's talk about Japan. Do you know, children, Chinese Buddhist missionaries went to Japan and taught the technique of woodblock printing to Japanese people. So the oldest Japanese book to be printed through this technique was the Diamond Sutra. It was printed in 868 AD. It had 6 pages and illustrations. Illustrations means pictures. Then paintings were also painted in Japan, like paintings depicting urban culture. Then pictures were printed on variety of other things through wood blocks like textile, that means cloth, playing card, paper money, books, etc. Then books were published on variety of topics like women, musical instruments, tea ceremony, calculations, cooking, etc. Thank you so much. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.